All right, we're on part 2 now. We're going to use this lovely law. Where'd it go? Right here. So if you would, we'll solve this triangle. And I think I only have to show you one and set you to work. And you go back to your tables and get to work. So draw this specific triangle, which we are going to solve. We got A, B, C. These are the angles. I know angle A is 44 degrees. And I know angle C is 61 degrees. And I don't think that's the one I want. Let me see. Hold on. Got an eraser? We can try that one, but I'm nervous since I haven't tried it ahead. There's one case that we learned tonight, and if it is that case, I'm in trouble. All right. Let's see if it's that case. 2 angles and any other side. I think this is fine. We'll go with it. All right. So this side across here is known as 52. That's all. So how many parts do we need to find if I say, solve this triangle?
The other 3.
All right, so we have 3 parts known, 2 angles and a side, and 1 part unknown. I'm kind of teaching as I go, so even though this is an example, there's some principles you'll need to take notes on. So to use this law in the first place, you have to have a pair. So I'll draw a pair for those who are visually, whoops, it looks like a Christmas ball, which would be, all right. All right, you have to have a pair. That's to remind you that you have to have a pair. And we'll color it in. I have the worst time buying pears because they never ripen. They smell so good, and they're hard as bricks. I bring them home, and they never ripen. They just get rotten, so they go from unripe to rotten.
You put them in a brown paper bag?
I have tried that, but not recently. I think in the summer I've gotten that to work. Somehow it makes its own gases that
and then you just
it
pull it out
breathes.
in a week or 2 or something like that.
Yeah. I also read that the sun will cause it to ripen, so I set it in the sun. But that was a big fail, epic fail. All right, so let us remember this is across from angle C, so indicate to yourself it's little c. Now in your homework, we are not going to be so generous as that picture. Here's what you're going to see in your homework. You're going to see big C equals 61 degrees, big A equals 44 degrees, and little c equals 52. You have to go from that to that. No biggie, but just to warn you, they're not going to show you the picture, I don't think. Maybe the first couples or something, I forget. But eventually, no picture. So, all right, let's look at doing this one. I do not have the answer. So, we have to have a pair, and what I mean by a pair is an angle and its opposite side. So this is an angle, this is its opposite side. I'll put little a. This is an angle, this is its opposite side. This is an angle, this is its opposite side. We have to have a pair that we know. So what I call a pair is an angle and its opposite side. Do we have one? We do. This one is known. So if we don't, we have to use another law, which we'll learn later in the week. I guess you can guess what it is, but I won't confuse your thinking with even its name. So if we have a pair, we can use the law of sines. So let's go ahead and do that. We are going to set up this problem. I like this one, and I'm going to set it up as I go. So I'm going to use C over sine of C. Those are known. 52 over sine of 61. So I've taken up that proportion. Now I can set that proportion up to any other proportion I care to. It does matter on this one because I don't know this or this. So I'm going to have to pick this one because at least I know one of the 2. So I'm going to write on this one I'm on this portion right here. So I'm going to use this one and this one. Set those 2 equal. A over sine of 44. If you don't match the angle with the side opposite, then your answers won't come out. All right, so now this is where we do need our calculators. Make sure you're in degrees. So you go to your mode button or something similar and check it out into degrees. All right, Proportions, cross multiply is not the best way
Wait, you
of.
want us in degrees?
Yes, because see, this is in degrees, 44 degrees, 61 degrees. That's how you can tell. If I had like pi over 3, you would have stayed in radians. All right, so cross multiply is one of those other teacher things that you shouldn't say. So let's cross multiply. When you solve a proportion, what are you really doing? You're multiplying both sides by sine of 44 and both sides by sine of 61. That's what you're really doing. But the result is this. I think you're old enough mathematically that you can handle the slang. All right, so cross multiplying, bad word, slang. 52 times sine of 44 equals a times sine of 61. That's how you solve a proportion. So divide both sides by sine of 61. And we get our answer for A. And I didn't do it. I didn't bring one that I did. I did about 8 of them, and I brought the one I didn't do. So could someone give me the answer for A when you get there? Zach, we'll take turns doing that. So Zach, what do you get for A?
I got 41.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me 2 decimals.
41.30.
30. And everyone confirm?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, so we're solving this. It's coming along famously. So we have 41.30. All right, so now we set up the law of sines again. So I'll get rid of this spot here because we have the law up here. And we're going to set up another proportion. So I have this and this, so I'm interested in this. I can't use it until I get this angle, but this angle is quite simple to get because I know that the triangle has 3 angles that add up to 180. So do that work for me. Kate, get that number for me. So I know 44, 61, and whatever angle B is has to add up to 180. So would you get me that number, please?
75.
75 confirmed?
Confirmed.
All right, so 75, we're coming along. We have 1 part left. So see if you can set up with the law of sines what you would do to get the side B. So using this law, you can use any 2 proportions, any pair of proportions to get the unknown B. Since we're looking for B, I hope that you have this part of the proportion in your setup. There's going to be 2 answers possible for this setup. Don't solve it until you see if you've set it up correctly. Are you using this part of the proportion, B, which is what we're looking for, I'll circle it for emphasis, over sine of the angle opposite, sine of 75, equals, and then it doesn't matter which one, because we know both of them. When we know both of them, I usually go to the one that the book gave me, because there was a chance that I did this one wrong. It should be perfectly fine. But I'm going to use this relationship, which is going to be C over sine of angle C. Does anyone pick that one? It doesn't matter if you did or not. You might have picked, here you might have put 41.30 over sine of 44, and that's perfectly fine. You should get the exact same answer as I do. All right, Morgan, which one did you use?
I did the one that you used.
All right, would you solve it? Everyone solve it. Solve that proportion. End up doing 52 times sine of 75 divided by sine of 61. So I need that value.
$57.42.
Anyone? Get that?
Yeah, close enough.
It doesn't
I
sound,
got 57.45.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good. If we're off in the hundreds,
Yeah, it's in hundreds.
it's okay. All right, did anyone do it the other way?
I did with A and
Yeah.
I got 59.4.
It should be closer than that. Okay, let's try that. Let me check that with her. Did you set it up? B over sine 75.
Yep, equals
Equals-
41.30 over sine of 44.
It's probably just,
Decimals, but that many points makes me
Yeah.
nervous. Everyone else solve that and see if you get the same B. So you will get 41.30 times sine of 75 divided by sine of 44. Are you getting 59?
I'm getting 59.45.
I got 57.45.
I got 57.42.
All right, what is, let's see.
No, I
What,
keep getting 59.
let me see what you plugged in. Can I see it
Yeah.
on the window still? 41.30 times 4. Okay, these got mixed up. Let me show you. It's funny it was so close. So to solve this proportion, we want b by itself. So we're going to multiply both sides by sine of 75. So sine of 75 disappears from over here, but it ends up over here. So for some
Oh, so
reason
you're
you
cross
had...
multiplying, my bad.
All right, well, cross multiplying works the same. It's this times this, b times sine of 44, equals sine of 75 times 41.30. And so to solve for b, you end up dividing by sine of 44. So we do the same thing with cross multiplying, but somehow yours got inverted. Okay. All right, you ready to go back to your stations and get to work?
Now I got 30. Okay, hold on.
Are we good to say bye to Joel?
Okay. All right, Joel, let me tell him what the assignment is
Number
and show
11.
him the book. So I'm not sure how, let's at least do number 5, 19, and 22. So let Joel on section 6.1.